Okay, we're here to take a quick look at Ethereum and Bitcoin. This is an update. If you've been paying attention to the price levels of not just Bitcoin and Ethereum, but cryptos across the board, we've had a pretty good pullback again over the past 24 hours. But I'm here to assure you that it's nothing to panic about yet. We're going to see how the structure develops, but this is a pretty healthy fourth wave correction for Ethereum and potentially a second wave, maybe a fourth wave for Bitcoin. Our projections of Ethereum getting the mid $3,000 range and Bitcoin getting to the upper 50s, lower 60s still stands. It's holding. So we're going to dig into the micros to see how we're going to get there and see what this correction is trying to tell us. So I have a 1 hour view of Ethereum in front of us right now, and you can see the bottom on July 20th. We had a pretty good rally structure since, a couple of small consolidations. I'm going to put my markings and everything back on here. The way I'm looking at this is that this is a wave one here, and this is a wave two. And based on this wave 1-2 combination, we have our our Fibonacci retracement tool built out. And from our 1-2 basis, you expect the subwave one to target the 0.382 to 0.618 extensions. In this case, we actually exceeded our 0.618 extension before a small consolidation. And our third wave would typically be at between 1.0 and the 1.236 extension. In this case, we actually went past the 1.382 extension. That tells me one thing. That tells me that we actually have rallied in a third wave. Typically, your third wave targets the 1.382 to 1.618 extension. Looking at that, that tells me we're in a fourth wave now. And fourth waves will usually pull back from there. Typically, they'll pull back to the 1.0 support level, maybe as far down as the 0.764 support level. I'm going to zoom up a bit just to shed some light on the situation on a micro scale. You'd expect a corrective wave to have three waves, and it looks like we've gotten a three-wave structure. I'm going to zoom in just a bit more to shed some light on this thing. It's looking like we might have an A, B, C. That would be an A wave, followed by a B wave rally. And then this might be a C wave that's shaping up. Typically, your C wave would be a bit longer than the A wave. So a couple of ways to view this right here. I put a little retracement marker here just to show what we got here. We could have this whole thing could be this thing could be an A wave here down to about 29.46. Had a nice little corrective looking bounce to 30.69, and we have a bottom just below 2900. That could be the entire correction. Again, corrective waves are very inconsistent. You don't always have full wave form or wave structure. They often don't go as low as you think they'll go. I would be okay with that. It doesn't break any of the rules. It stays above the 1.0 support level. The alternate scenario is that we're about to rally in what we call a fake out, kind of a bull trap, a little B wave correction, followed by a more complete C wave that could go down in the $2,700 range. Either way, things are looking pretty bullish. The alternate scenario is if we break that support down there, 2703, then again, I still wouldn't panic. This might be shaping up to be a larger wave two. So this would be a wave one top. Ethereum, again, is not as clear as Bitcoin, which we'll look at momentarily. But right now I'm going to maintain my bullish stance. We're either done with the fourth wave or we're going to have a slightly lower low, maybe below $2,800. After that, our next target should be between the 1.764 range, there's a bit of a typo there, up to the 2.0. So looking at about what $3,400 to $3,600 range. That's where we should top out. After that point, we should see a sizable pullback, maybe to about where we are now, maybe a little lower. That would be a really good buying opportunity, as I have alluded to in the big picture video on Ethereum. But again, I would not panic right now. If we break this alert level right here, again, yellow lights flashing, nothing to panic about. If we break down below that, kind of red light, I don't know if I would sell yet, but if anything like that happened, I'd have another update here to give some guidance, shed some light on that situation. Shifting gears over to Bitcoin, we've had a structure, of course, similarly to Ethereum. I'm going to zoom out just a bit to get us on the same page again. Squared away July 20th, we had a bottom right around 29K. We've rallied, and I'm counting this a bit differently from Ethereum. The way I'm counting this as is that this entire thing all the way up to our top at 42.4 on August 1st is a first wave. And we've had a slightly deeper than 38% retrace here, which is pretty typical for a two wave. Two waves can be deep, but 30% is a pretty commonly seen retrace level for a wave two, especially in a strong bull market. From there, just as before, we'd expect our subwave one, the bigger wave three, to hit 0.382 or the 0.618 extension. We damn near hit the 0.618 extension here. So that's a pretty healthy bullish sign. We're having a pullback, and the pullback really shouldn't go too much further down than the 42K level. I could say 41. So around there, we're good. If it breaks below that, I'd say it's a yellow light warning. I really wouldn't want to see this thing break below 41K here, because this is looking like we're about to launch into a pretty strong third wave. So nothing to panic about. Let's just see how this unfurls. When we take a closer look at the micro level, you're going to see this wave's looking a bit corrective. This could be counted as 5 waves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But if you take a closer look, the subdivisions, the structure isn't very clean. It's very choppy, a lot of up-down motion. I'm looking at this as a corrective wave. So the way I'm counting it here is at an A, B, C. That would be your larger A wave, had a B wave bounce, and we've completed a C wave down to 42.8, 42.7, whatever that level is. So we're either done and we're going to start rallying very quickly, or this is actually a small B wave and we're going to have a lower low. There's another alternate perspective that maybe this is just a little fourth wave within the C wave. Either way, we're looking at a nominal low, nothing to panic about. As for where we're going, again, if this support holds, if we stay above 41, 42K, we got some pretty hefty targets above us. We got the 1.0 extension and the 1.236 extensions. Considering we got almost a 0.618 extension, I'm leaning towards that 53K range. You get there relatively quick in a few days. Wouldn't expect to go above that right away. I would expect this thing to hit about 53, 54K. Maybe have a sideways consolidation, maybe a bit of a pullback to the 1.0 extension, maybe a little lower. And then we should be well on our way, close to 60K. Again, it's not going to go up in a straight line. That's how Elliott waves work. You get 5 steps forward and 3 steps back. That's kind of how our fractal wave structures work. But overall, things are looking pretty bullish. If some of the supports break, we're doing some updates on that. I'm going to be doing some updates on a variety of altcoins in the coming days. So stay tuned for that. And with that, happy trading.